Hey everyone, Michelle here, personal trainer and lifestyle coach. Today we are here to talk about our February 2024 theme of the month, seeing the bigger picture. Now, this last month, we talked a little bit more about our day-to-day tasks and kind of getting some of that in order using the Eisenhower matrix. So what we're going to do this month is take a step back and look a little bit more at the big picture. Now, one of my clients likes to remind me that even though being lean and efficient, like using the Eisenhower matrix, is attractive and helpful, the humans are not machines, and the goal is not for us to use every minute of every day doing something productive, but rather to be efficient when we are putting work in to make sure that we are still making time for the things that we love, enjoy, and that make us happy. So this month, what we're going to do is shift our focus to the future and kind of look at your life in a little bit more of a holistic view. Now, this is actually a proposed theme of the month by one of my clients who had mentioned that, 70 years ago, he probably would have been dead by now. And that's crazy to think about, but realistically speaking, he thought that it was important for us to all examine this second lease on life. What are we doing to be able to live each day fully? And even if you're not nearing retirement age, it is still a really great concept and idea to be able to think about that we all were given this rare opportunity, one life, to be able to live every day as fully as we can. So what are you going to do with it? Now, we have a lot of different ways that we could approach this, but we're gonna do one of my favorite things, arts and crafts. We are gonna do a good old-fashioned vision board. So what we're gonna do is include two key elements into this vision board, and it can look like whatever you would like. But the first key element is the 8 dimensions of well-being. So these are the 8 different categories that we're going to look at in your life. The first being physical, then intellectual, emotional, spiritual, social, environmental, financial, and occupational or vocational. So we're going to take these 8 different categories, and the second element that we're going to add in is a timeline. You can, again, do it year by year, but what I want you at least to examine is where you would like to be in each of those categories in 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years. So go ahead and start outlining that. You can dream it up however you want, pictures, words, maybe a bubble, map, however you want to make it look, and just start to think, where do you want to be in each of these different categories in the next 10 years? Now, if you want any more information on these 8 categories, there's also a great article that I will include down here that actually has a definition of each and why it's important to address each of these things. So as we're starting to examine each of these 8 dimensions, we really want to keep a couple of things in mind. Number one is it's important to be able to address all different aspects of well-being. Now, sometimes if you address one of them, it will spill into and maybe even influence another one. So that's a great thing as well, but we do want to make sure that we're at least doing something in each of the 8 different categories. And then the other part is that some things are not going to be as relevant. There might be some of these categories that are a little bit more important to you. So even though we're addressing all of them, you do not necessarily need to address them evenly. There will be things that are more important and more relevant to you in your life, and that's great. Go ahead and fly with those ones and make sure that you're spending as much attention and love into each of these categories as needed. All right, that is it. So I'm excited to see your vision board, see what we put together, and see where our vision is going to go in the future. What are you going to do with this second lease on life?